Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Basham Awashai Basham Bakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners, and to the Aquath that are listening and learning, to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson. In one of my favorite spots, I'm on the opposite side of the park where I never go, because this is a spot where well, it's a dog park down at the end, and this is the place where the Edomites like to come and lay out and tan. You know, try to get some melanin, something that they hate so much. But anyway, it's Salakia. I watched a video this morning. I think I'm gonna just attempt to play some of it. Basically, it's about America pulling out and leaving the Saudi Arabians hanging out. So first they did it to the Afghanistanians, all right. Now they're leaving the Saudis hanging by. What they're doing is they pulled out all their Patriot missile batteries. All right, so let me just see if I can find that video real quick, and hopefully it's loud enough. I don't have my speaker. Here we go. If not, I'll just speak on it.
U.S. defense equipment from Saudi Arabia comes just as a Houthi drone attack.
Oh, here we go.
The United States has removed its most advanced missile defense system and Patriot missile batteries from Saudi Arabia. This even as the kingdom faces continued air attacks from Yemen's Houthi rebels and threats from Iran. The withdrawal of the U.S. defense system from Prince Sultan Air Base outside of Riyadh came as America's Gulf Arab allies nervously watched the chaotic withdrawal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan, including their last-minute evacuations from Kabul's besieged international airport. A high-resolution.
So, you know, that was enough on that. What that's proven is that the U.S. is losing all credibility with, you know, with basically with their allies in the area which is known in the Bible as the Valley of Jehoshaphat, and you know, and they asked the question: are they all going to go to the South China Sea to fight the Chinese? No. The Chinese have troops and armies also in Syria. All right, Asia will not be the jump off, but it will be involved. But it will not be the jump off. The jump off. What's going to when this thing kicks off? It's going to kick off in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. That is where the armies of the world are going to be gathered when Yahushua comes back, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right. Yeah, and that was the question. Why has America pulled out of its Patriot missile defense system from Saudi Arabia? You know, at this sensitive time, and this is a sensitive time over there. And I'm gonna tell you why. This is and this won't be a long lesson, but it's gonna be straight to the point. All right, this is Sirach. The 12th chapter. All right, well, the book of Ecclesiasticus, but I just like to say Sirach, or Sirach, you know, potato, because it makes it simpler. People get confused with Ecclesiastes and Ecclesiasticus. But this is Sirach 12 and 13. And it reads, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? So look, America is a serpent, like a wild beast, man. You know, like the video that went up last week of the baby calf. I think it was a gazelle that was playfully playing with the leopard, and the leopard was playing with it for about, you know, almost, you know, 3 or 4 minutes, until the leopard decided it was time to eat. Then he grabbed the calf by the neck, choked it out, and then devoured it. All right, you trust Esau, Edom, you will be devoured. All right, and what's happened is that these American Edomites, like many of the ones that you're looking at before you, they have proven themselves to be not trustworthy. All right? Just ask the Afghans. All right? You think these people are trustworthy, that they're gonna support you, protect you, fight for you, or anything like that? Just after the Afghans. All right? And let me grab another quick scripture. This is also in the book of Sirach. Just a few scriptures up. This is Sirach 12 and 10. And it reads, "Never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not altogether been wiped away." All right, verse 12. "Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith." So if you don't listen, you will be pricked, right? Because you best believe we here at the GMS, at the Great Millstone, we will laugh at your calamity. All right? Especially when you've been warned, you've been told, and you do the opposite of what the scriptures say. You do the opposite of what the gospel say. And then when your punishment comes, we're gonna laugh at your calamity, man. You know, that's what it is. But let's go to the book of Joel, because this is how it all goes down. And we're deadly close to this time. You better believe it. This is Joel, the 3rd chapter, and I'm going to start at verse 1. And it reads, "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem," and that time is so close at hand. All right, because we're still in captivity, because we're stuck here being ruled over by contractual law, where we really have no voice and no say so, where where we have a fictional freedom, an illusion of freedom, okay, where they can force you to ingest or put things in your body that could possibly harm you or kill you or make you sick. All right, or make life impossible for you if you don't, play by their rules. Okay, verse 2, "And I will gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat." All right, and that has not happened, but it's about to happen, because there are many armies and nations that are gathered over there. All right, and eventually they're all going to be there. The way these tensions keep going up and these things keep going up. All right. And it says, right, and I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is that's area in Syria over there near Israel, that whole ancient Mesopotamia area. All right, and will plead with them there for my people, for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So that's the whole purpose of the Lord bringing them over there, is to punish them for scattering Israel, for taking the Holy Land and claiming it to be their own. This has not happened yet. This is going to happen yet. This is how you also know that the people over there in the Holy Land are not the people that belong there. All right. It also says that they would dwell together in safety, because I bet you that the United States don't pull out and leave them hanging. Okay. At least not yet. All right, because it is going to get to the place where they won't be able to help them anymore, and they're going to be on their own, and they're going to get completely annihilated by all those armies and nations around them. But anyway, it reads, "And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink." All right, and that's exactly what they did. They sold our children, made them, turn them into harlots, whores, and bati boys. And they were trading us for musket guns, wine, all right, and rum, all right, musket guns and rum. There was a movie that Rapaya brought out a couple years back when they were actually singing about it. The Edomites were, all right. That's how the empires and all the Edomite empires that are established now. This is how they got their wealth. all right, from rape, robbery, murder, and slavery, point blank, period. And that is the reason why the nations are being gathered in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Okay? And, well, let me just keep reading a little bit. And it says, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink. Yeah, what do you have to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Tyre and Zidon are African nations, all right? And the coast of Palestine, all right? Those Arabs that are in Palestine, that are all those Ishmaelites that are in Palestine today, because that's talking about the Philistines, and the Philistines were Hamites, so-called Africans. And they've been pushed out of that land, and it's full of Mohammedans, the brothers and sisters and children of Muhammad, Ishmael. They're not indigenous to that land. They were there before the Edomite fake Jews went in, but they're still not their land either. All right? And it says, and right, will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head, because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried away into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. All right, so the Israelites got sold to the Edomites, and Ishmael and Ham had a lot to do with it. Okay, they played a major role in it. And I said the Israelites, both northern and southern kingdom, Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans. Seville, Spain became the reverse slave capital of the world, all right, during the transatlantic slave trade. All right, they were selling so-called Hispanics and natives, and from Seville, Spain, they were being scattered all over the world, same way Judah was being scattered when they were coming here to the Americas. All right. And I'm going to read verse 7 and 8 and then wrap it up. And this is, it says, behold, I will raise them up out of the place where ye have sold them, and I will return your recompense upon your own head. And that's what you're seeing now, with all the camps that are raising up. And then you got FBI showing up to people's houses talking about some black identity extremists. No, the only identity extremists in America are these white nationals who's actually hung, murdered, and killed people by the thousands. For generations, for hundreds of years at this point. All right. Name one black organization that's gone out and did the same. All right. What you going to bring up? Nat Turner, from the 1800s, who basically, if you were in Nat Turner's shoes, you probably would have did the same thing. And Nat Turner was fighting for his freedom and against oppression and being forced to be a slave. How could you blame anyone for raising up against their oppressors under those circumstances? All right. In verse 8, it reads, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians and to the people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. So you best believe, man. Like it said, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. All right. So basically, we're going to do unto you what you did unto us double. And the kickoff point will not be in Asia. It's going to be in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Point blank, period. Ain't nothing you can do to change that. That's just what it is. All right. So all the saber rattling and it is just getting louder and louder. And if you don't understand what that means, it's like when the soldiers stand around when you watch them ancient battles, and they start banging and beating on their shields. And slamming their weapons against their shields. That's what they're getting themselves prepared for war. All right? And war it is, man. There's getting ready to be war here in America on its own citizens and one against each other. All right, so with that, I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Radash, Wa Abba Babar, Kwam Yasharallah.